You wake up surrounded by hundreds of strangers wearing identical green tracksuits. Your chest says 456. That's your name now. Not your real name. Just a number waiting to disappear. Your head hurts. The last thing you remember is a subway station, a strange man in a suit, a children's game, and sleeping gas inside a van. Around you, 455 other people slowly wake up realizing they all made the same desperate phone call. A voice suddenly echoes through hidden speakers above. Calm. Emotionless. You will play 6 games. Win, and you'll receive unimaginable wealth. Lose, and you'll be eliminated. Eliminated sounds harmless at first, like going home. Then the first game begins. Red light. Green light. A giant doll turns its head slowly. People laugh nervously. People run. Then suddenly, gunshots. Bodies collapse into the dirt. Screaming erupts everywhere. And you finally understand what eliminated actually means. That night nobody sleeps. Some players cry quietly into their pillows. Others whisper alliances across the room, already planning betrayal before sunrise. You sit frozen holding a boiled egg on a metal tray while your hands shake uncontrollably. Somewhere beneath the facility, machines grind loudly through the walls, metal scraping against concrete. Construction noises echoing below your feet all night long. Something is being built down there. Something important. But you're too terrified to investigate. Meanwhile, somewhere in Seoul, another man in a suit stands inside a subway station holding a stack of cards. He watches people carefully. Debt, exhaustion, desperation. Those are the signs he looks for. Finally, he approaches a man checking his empty wallet beside a ticket machine. He offers him a game. The man loses repeatedly. Eventually the recruiter slaps him hard across the face and the man barely reacts. That's how the recruiter knows. A person who still values themselves would have fought back. The recruiter hands over the card calmly. Circle. Triangle. Square. A phone number with no explanation. Then he walks away searching for the next desperate soul. There's never a shortage. He doesn't know what happens after people call the number. That's not his department. He's simply the front door. The bait. Far below the island facility, circle guards begin another shift. Pink uniforms. Circle masks. Lowest rank in the hierarchy. They carry bodies, food trays, equipment, stretchers, whatever needs moving. They aren't allowed to speak unless spoken to directly by higher ranks. No names. No friendships. No removing masks. Every worker sleeps in isolated bunks behind locked doors and wakes only when the intercom commands it. One circle guard pushes heavy steel panels through endless underground hallways preparing the next game area. He has no idea what they're building below. He doesn't ask because curiosity gets workers disappeared. He saw it happen once already. A guard opened the wrong door and never came back. Triangle guards stand above the game floor holding rifles. They are the executioners. When players break rules, triangles enforce consequences. When games end and survivors hesitate, triangles finish the job. After enough killings, the players stop looking human to them. Just numbers moving across a floor. That's the only way triangle guards survive mentally. If they start seeing actual people, they break. One triangle guard reloads calmly while 60 terrified contestants run below him. The clock reaches 0. Several players are still moving. Gunfire erupts instantly. Bodies drop. The triangle guard feels nothing anymore. Or at least that's what he tells himself while sleeping beside his rifle every night. Later, a square guard pulls him from rotation and orders him underground. The final game arena is almost complete. Security needs reinforcement. He walks down unfamiliar staircases deeper beneath the island than he's ever gone before. More guards than usual stand watch below. Whatever final game they're preparing, it's important enough to terrify even the staff. Square guards control operations from surveillance rooms filled with screens. Triangles enforce. Circles carry. Squares manage everything in between. One square guard monitors 12 cameras, simultaneously assigning cleanup crews, security teams, and corridor lockdowns with military precision. The players believe the games are random. They aren't. Every angle, every timer, every panic point has been carefully engineered weeks in advance. The square guards know exactly where contestants will break mentally. Tonight, a new blueprint arrives. The final game layout. Even the square guard pauses while studying it. Something about this design feels different. More personal. More brutal. Above them all stands the officer overseeing the entire facility below the frontman himself. He's worked here through multiple game cycles. The first season destroyed his sleep. By the third season, he was recommending efficiency improvements for corpse disposal. That's what this place does to people. It slowly turns horror into routine. Tonight the frontman summons him personally and says something unusual. The VIPs are arriving early. The frontman stands behind glass walls overlooking hundreds of sleeping contestants below. Tomorrow, many of them will be dead. Every game, every execution, every corridor lock, every announcement flows through him. He wasn't always the frontman. Before the mask he had a real life, family, a name. The host chose him because he possessed something rare. The ability to watch people suffer while keeping operations perfectly on schedule. At 3 in the morning when the facility grows quiet, that's the lie he repeats to himself. The frontman personally welcomes the arriving VIPs, escorting them into luxurious viewing lounges overlooking the slaughter below. He pours drinks while explaining the games casually. This game tests greed. This one tests loyalty. This one asks whether people will murder each other for survival. The VIPs laugh comfortably from leather chairs while human beings die downstairs. The frontman already knows how tonight ends. The final game strips away friendship, morality, and hope until only desperation remains standing. Earlier that morning the frontman inspected the final game arena personally. Workers welded the last steel panels into place while technicians adjusted lighting and hidden cameras. The viewing gallery above gleams perfectly polished for wealthy spectators. Weapons already sit waiting in glass cases below. Everything prepared for the climax. The intercom buzzes beside him now. Final game space ready for inspection. He adjusts the black mask slowly and walks toward the elevator. Above even him exists the host, the creator, the man responsible for all of this. Years ago the host sat inside private rooms with billionaires who'd grown bored of ordinary luxury. Cars meant nothing. Islands meant nothing. Even power itself stopped feeling real after enough money. Then someone asked a simple, terrifying question. What if we made people fight for survival and watched? The host funded the first games immediately. He designed the masks, the hierarchy, the rules. Circle guards carry. Triangles enforce. Squares manage. Humans entertain. The host rarely handles daily operations anymore. That's what the frontman exists for. But every season he watches closely from hidden rooms nobody else can access. He's seen thousands die over the years. Fathers, mothers, students, addicts, desperate people transformed into entertainment for the rich. Tonight's final game excites him especially because only 2 contestants remain. No teams, no alliances, no tricks left. Just one final choice between greed and humanity. Somewhere above the island a private jet cuts through clouds toward the facility. Inside sit the VIPs. Gold masks resting beside champagne glasses. They travel here every year like wealthy tourists attending a sporting event. Number 218 seems strong. Number 67 feels unpredictable. Number 456 has the perfect look in his eyes now. Desperation. The VIPs place bets on contestants the way ordinary people bet on horses. Their money funds everything. The guards, the island, the killings. In return, they receive something impossible to buy elsewhere anymore. Genuine human terror. One VIP stares through the jet window smiling faintly. He's already owned everything imaginable. Supercars, art collections, entire islands. None of it excites him anymore. But this? Watching someone realize they're about to die. That still makes him feel alive. That's why the games continue. Not for justice. Not for fairness. Not even truly for money. The players are simply batteries generating emotion for people too wealthy to feel normal pleasure anymore. Down below, the remaining contestants prepare unknowingly for the final game. They still cling to hope, believing survival might actually free them. But everyone inside the system already understands the truth. The games were never designed to save desperate people. They were designed to consume them. The guards know it. The frontman knows it. The host definitely knows it. And tonight, as the final arena lights flicker on beneath the island, the last few survivors are about to learn something horrifying. Nobody ever really wins these games. They only survive them temporarily. The VIPs finally arrive at the viewing chamber above the arena. Gold masks hide smiling faces while champagne pours into crystal glasses. Below them, terrified contestants walk toward the final game space under armed escort. The frontman watches silently from the shadows, making sure every camera angle, every timer, every weapon sits perfectly positioned. The host settles into his private chair somewhere even closer to the action. This moment is what all of them waited for. Not the beginning, the ending. Because endings reveal who people truly are. Fear strips away morality faster than anything else on earth. Somewhere downstairs, two desperate human beings are preparing to destroy each other for money they'll probably never enjoy. Somewhere upstairs, billionaires prepare bets while discussing murder like sports statistics. And somewhere in between, guards stand silently holding rifles waiting for the signal to fire. The final game always gets the best ratings. Because nothing entertains powerful people more than watching hopeless people destroy each other for survival.